Welcome back. Operation First Response is a nonprofit organization that raises money to support service members wounded in action in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. From clothes to phone cards to money to help their families, it's an incredible group whose sole mission is to support our troops. Joining us this morning is Bob, Director of Special Projects for Operation First Response. Welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being here. First, tell me how this got started.
The organization got started by Peggy Baker. Her son had joined the Army back in 2001. And then what happened was she had friends who had a son that was wounded, and she went to visit in the hospital and realized that they were almost alone. There was no contact. A lot of times people send care packages, but when they get wounded, people can forget about that. They're at the hospital, no one knows. And that's kind of the first response where you get to them, boots on the ground, they come to the hospital, and we take care of them. One of our volunteers was at Landstuhl Medical Center in Germany. A lot of times she met the guys when they got there first before they got shipped to the States.
What are some of the stories that have touched you? I'm sure you must meet some incredible soldiers all the time.
Yeah, we do. Some of them are do a lot of heroic things where I don't even ask that myself, because the one I had to have permission to see him in his room, and I figured, you know what, he wants to tell me that's great. One of the guys, memorable, turned out he was from the same small town New Jersey that I'm from. And then we connected. That was December 2004. And then sadly, his injuries, 7 years later, he had surgery in February, and then he developed an infection, and then never came out of the hospital. He passed away. So then I had to attend his funeral down at Arlington back in March.
And people at home are looking at these incredible images of our soldiers coming back to the airport. We see these homecomings. Tell me more about Operation First Response. How do you help these soldiers and their families specifically?
Well, we helped them out when they first came back. One of the families that spoke recently for us, they came back, she had quit her job, her daughter quit her job, they had no money. A lot of times the money gets tied up because now they're back in the hospital, right. the paycheck doesn't fall. And then they had no money, so we sent them, I think at the time, $50, and then to get some food. And with $50, I can make it last longer if I go to McDonald's. This would get a couple meals out of it. And most of our donations, over 90% goes to the men and women.
97%.
Over 90.
Over 90%. And in 2007 and 2008, you guys received the Newman's Own Award from the Connecticut Foundation.
That's correct.
How can people help?
People can help by sending a donation, going online to operationfirstresponse.org. I'm actually doing a match right now. If they send it to my P.O. Box here in Rocky Hill, P.O. Box 406, Rocky Hill, Connecticut, under my name, Bob with W, and then I'll match dollar to dollar up to $500.
Wow.
It's the organization. I do my time, but I put my money where my mouth is as well. I just actually had my company match the money to fly the hero up for a visit later on this month. They're in New York, so I'll take them down there. Anytime I fly them into Connecticut, they'll have a great time, and they're like, wow, Connecticut's such a great place to be in and stuff. And then I try to get some of the local guys down. We have one up in Boston who's come down. The funny thing there is they gave me a property of Boston shirt because they know I'm a Yankees fan. A Red Sox shirt. I told them they gave me a Red Sox shirt, I would wear it because I'd be honored that they did. So I mean, the men and women who serve that we help out have been just awesome. Just to give you an idea, just this year alone, or 2011, we sent out 650 of our backpacks that goes out to the field combat support hospitals so that they have fresh underwear where they need because they get wounded. They get shipped out right away with just what they're wearing. 86 wounded heroes and their families received ground transportation and lodging. 98 wounded heroes and their families received air transportation.
And those things really matter to soldiers because you forget that, like you mentioned, a lot of them are forgotten once they come back to the U.S.
Yeah, because once they come back, then a lot of times their families have to give up their lives to be with them at Walter Reed or Brooklyn Medical Center. And people don't realize that because the government does what it can, but everybody else has to chip in and help them out somehow. It's very important.
Well, Bob, you're an incredible person. Thank you so much for being on the show. And all the information for the P.O. Box will be on our website at WFSB.com. Thank you so much for joining us, and you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you very much.
And we are now going to go to Mike for weather.